Okay. Yeah, everything's in, all the non-native fruit trees are in bloom. They were really early, they were basically a month early here. Normally they bloom 23rd or 26th of August. They were blooming last month, basically. Especially when you saw them they were commenting on that when we did the drive out, the first try for Mount Magnificent. It didn't work out. And correction on the thing, it wasn't a plum tree, it's a cherry tree that has those things behind the leaves sort of thing, the little red, attracting nectaries, I suppose. It's some sort of like nectary that's similar to a yeah, so we're going to go down there and have a look around. You've probably seen this on other clips. When the sun goes down on the Sturt Gorge, and there's two basic runs on that. So just punch in Sturt Gorge and you'll get something coming up. And you can go on one of these little tours of mine, I think. And see how we go. I just want to see what they're like out here. But the litage was good, as I say. One of the clips towards the end, you got a little dog running down this little slope here, and I film it quite good. With a tickled old John Nine or John Wing, I don't know how he pronounced his name. Some of the Asians pronounce that sort of name like a wing or something. So, yeah. Do you think he's going to get a wing? Trump gets in a second time. So, but apparently there's a lot of hassle going up near his place, around the Great Lakes, Wisconsin or something. So that's fairly near him, I suppose. Then he's probably laughing when he's saying, that's hundreds of miles away. And we got more of your true Oxalis capensis. But yeah. Anyway, we'll see how we go. But I don't know if you sent this email as a prod or something. Someone else has already shown that they've harvested some witty grass seeds or something. Yeah, I don't know. But I said I was just looking at my data that's on my trapped on some of my hard drive. I look, oh, it's the 17th of August. Okay. And the weather's been pretty wet, and so I thought, oh, the next sunny day, which was 2 days ago. And yeah. Anyway, we'll give it a whirl and see how we go. Yeah, I don't think I want to go back that way. No. Oh, there's a bit of water there still, but no flowage much. Oh, we got the odd drip, have we? No, it's a bee. Oh well, we'll see how we go up here. And I think this is my exercise for the day. I'm trying to do 2 hours a day, breaking up into 3 lots of 40. So yeah, that's one. My night walk last night was one of the 40s, and went out there and yeah, it was just wow. They were like months, like they were still sort of starting off, sort of thing, So yeah, I remember a couple of years ago. When was it? 2000 and could have been 16 now, I don't know. Where one year where it got so bright and sunny, they just dried off before they could set the seed. First time ever. And that was, like I said, only like 17 years of the drought, because the drought started in 1999. So yeah. Wow, this has grown up in the last few years. Hardly recognise the place. Am I in the wrong part? Might be in the wrong part. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't seem to recognise the place. Well, the houses are over there, so interesting. Maybe I'm in the wrong part. I thought I was going to get through the rift or riff. No, it's rift, isn't it, with a T? Yeah, should I go down there? I think I should go down here, don't I? Yeah. Back vistas. Okay. I think they were young mothers going to pick their kids up from kindies, I think so. Best not to feel thinking a bit touchy about that. Does my arse look good in these trackies? Well, you can't win really, whichever way you say. If you say something, they say, "Oh, you were looking," or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, look at it, it's drying. Yeah. Sometimes I think you should answer those questions if they get a bit tetchy with a non-sequitur sort of thing, something straight out of the wildest environment that they know, everyone knows. Like, I like a 3-minute egg or something, and it just sort of stops the conversation, and maybe gets a laugh because they think you're crazy or something. But because it stops the conversation, but also because it's so familiar, everyone knows phrases out of that sort of stuff. They sort of do it like a double take sort of thing, because the brain processes, hang on, I've heard that before, what is that? Blah, 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 and that sort of... So if you're ever in that sort of situation, see, these are the kangaroo thorn bush. You've got spikes in here, but when the spikes are dead, they're even worse. You get them, they prickle you, and then about 20 minutes later, you get like a secondary sort of reaction. Bit like the ants, the sting from the ants. Yeah, you get the initial whack and then you get a sort of thing. So should I try and go to the end? Is this the year where I'm going to actually fall off or something? Anyway, well, this is drying out, I suppose. We've got somewhat. Oh, someone's dumped their newspapers down there. Some kid. Yeah, did you deliver your papers? Yeah, Dad. Yeah, no. So, I've done all that close-up work in previous one. Yeah, pity we can't get... I know, that's a Klingon, that's not the real thing. That's a parasite. That's, what do you call it? Oh, I've forgotten the name now. You know, come on. You're younger and fitter and got the memory. You know, we're not sick and more... parasitic. The Christmas tree is a fantastic example. It's a giant parasite, basically, mainly for water rather than nutrients, apparently, from scientific papers. So it goes and cuts all sorts of cables with its cable cutting, nodules, I suppose, in a way, rootlets or whatever. Anyway, how much we got on here? Maybe I'll start a new clip from the other when we get up to the track. I've just got to walk up this steep thing, and I may have to, if I stumble or trip, I may have to put my hand down. I don't want to drop the camera to do that, so maybe it's wiser to... I know, Gideon, bloody fucking Gideon. That one goes down to the Planchoni eyes down there. We'll probably have to do that on the way back, I suppose, just to see. Yeah, but Gideon wants the full SMEG. And I think these clips, when they go after about 12, 13 minutes, they seem to go into 2 clips or something. So my old camera, they used to stitch them together. The program seemed to be able to stitch them together, but I know YouTube doesn't seem to do that. It seems to break them into 2 parts or something. What do you think of this so-called gibber, a laterite, I think. Oh, quite steep. Really getting my fitness up today. Oh. Oh. Anyway, so we're nearly into September. Be interesting what happens around September the 11th. We're going to find out they've already taken Hillary out. They've used the Chinese social justice system to find lookalikes in the population and given them a bit of voice coaching or something. Maybe the old Mission Impossible prosthetic here and there, just to add the finishing touches. And what are they like? There's a few on this track here. Oh, better check them. So yeah, I'm on. Okay. 41 there, ready to pop. Spot Cullen. Maybe a few there, ready to pop. Oh yeah, a few there. Oh well. We'll see. Back to normal area. Oh, yeah, making the effort for you, Joel. As I said, I just want common stuff, you know. Yeah, nothing too fancy. Mainly, I like, as I said, I like banana because, to me, it has a relationship with its ratios and size, and the you can apparently grow it into a monster. As I said, I've seen one of those monsters turn up in some person's greenhouse that I was photographing in. Back in, I think it was 92 or something. I think it was 92. Oh, it could be 89. I can't remember now. It'd be on the slide, on the negatives anyway. So, or on the slides I was taking. I was into slides, but it must be 92, I think, because I was into slides by then. So yeah. Had this monster. He walked in this greenhouse. It was like being pushed back. You know, it's just the size and the stature of this plant in there. It was on a bench, of course, but it was almost touching the plastic roof of the standard WA Young Company greenhouse. And he was very cagey about it. All he would say, he got it in some lump of soil from some lady in the southeast. And it came in a lump of soil from some lady in the southeast. And so that's all he was. I think we know who the lady is because it used to be in the My Carnivorous Plant Society and then moved down there. So I think we know who it is. I think she knows who it is too. Anyway, but that was on the stature of what Darwin was talking about. You know, 80 centimetres sort of tall sort of thing. You know, you go from a normal standard bench 80 centimetres up. It's almost touching the roof of the standard WA Young Company greenhouse. Anyway. There's usually a few around here. Oh yeah. But they are in the sun. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that one. Right on the cusp. Right on the cusp there. Well, there you go. Got a few right on the cusp. Oh well. And look at this in bloom. I don't know if I can get the cam to actually do this. You really have to put something behind it usually with these things. But these ones got a lovely cherry essence sort of thing. So then we got the back vistas down there. And drop my phone packet or something. Okay, I noticed that. Anyway, next clip will be looking at what the state of the planchonii are in that place where the snake was a few years back. I got a shock then. We had 2 warm days in August, in late August. I think it was like 23 or 26 degrees or something like that. Yeah. about the 3rd week of August or something like that, and the snakes must have woken up or something. But yeah, so yeah, 2 warm days, I think they were back to back. I can't remember. It's on the clips I mentioned. And yeah, we were walking through this stuff, and then got to that area, and oh yes, that was a bit of a shock. Giant red-bellied black snake sunning itself. So yeah, and they can move quite quickly when they're warmed up. So, and also they're very venomous, of course, after hibernation. They're ready to get their prey. They're hungry. So you know, one bite from that, and you would have basically been a goner. Basically, you wouldn't probably be able to drag yourself out to the road to get any help. And of course, back then I didn't have a mobile phone sort of thing. So, you know. Southern Abbotland's so behind the rest of the world, basically, and I just can't wait for voice actuation. You know, George Soros, nuke that bugger, vaporise him. I think that's what's going to happen the day after the inauguration. We're going to have a thing. George Soros has been vaporised, just like Soleimani is. I think it's going to happen after the. Maybe he'll wait 7 days or something. You know, do something legally that way. 7 days after the inauguration next year, George Soros will be walking to his car, and they'll drop a mini nuke on him or something. You know, just enough to make sure that he doesn't exist on this planet anymore. Not enough to. Maybe it's just be like a radiation bomb. It just doesn't damage any buildings or something. It just, you know, he dies in absolute agony over the next few weeks, which is probably what he deserves. The amount of chaos he's brought into this world. Yeah, and some of the things that are going to come out over the next few months, I reckon. Yeah. I think whole next year's going to be just a plethora of popcorn executions. I think, you know, presidential commission, military tribunals, and just you know, a screed of one after, you know, day after day after day, a bit like a mini French Revolution, basically. You know, like the 4 years of terror they had after the initial revolution, sort of thing. I think that's what it's going to be, and so it should be. God, basically half our lives have been stolen from us. You know, you can't. I can do that, but you can't do that, sort of thing. You know, all this sort of thing. You know, a little condescending pat on the head. Well, you can't do that. You know, you're not that sort of person. But I can do this, sunshine, and then pull the lever on the. I've never heard my grandfather's voice. Boom. I may be a bit shaky in the evening, but I reckon I'll get up to the next day and I'll say, no, never heard my grandfather's. Ready to do it all again. That's what he would want. That's what he would expect. Anyway, let's get on to the next clip and we'll look at the plan showing you the situation out there. Okay, over and out.